So there I was, just debating within myself, being the running shoe fanatic that I am, thinking, what is the most comfortable shoe I own? The Nike Invincible 3. So whilst I was pondering, On Running goes, hey Aubrey, check this out, we've got a new one for you. The Cloud Eclipse, which then led me to thinking, how do these two shoes fare against each other? Well, that's what we're gonna talk about now, and it's about to be war. Check this out. Let me first of all explain the profile of these shoes. In other words, what the heck are they for? The best way to explain that is the metaphor of the hare and the tortoise. The hare is like your race day shoe, you know, your Vaporfly 3, Velocity Elite, Cloud Boom, Echo, Fast Star, that kind of jobby, Rocket X2. And then on this side, you've got the tortoise. Plush, long, easy runs, comfort, cushioning. You get where I'm going with this, right? Both these shoes can be used on that side, the tortoise side. Long, easy runs, max cushion, plush feeling, which is why I thought it would be best if I compare them. Okay, so let's start putting these shoes head to head, and you, bro, you keep the score, okay? All right, so let's start with the price. 0-0, the price makes it 1-0. 170 pounds versus 175. Therefore, 1-0 to the Cloud Eclipse. The next thing is the weight. 292 grams in a UK 9.5 versus 319 in the same size. 2-0. It's not looking good for the Invincible 3, but hopefully, it'll catch up. Let's see. Number 3, the look. Which of these shoes do you find to be a bit more attractive as well as just eye-catching as a general look? For me personally, I find this, and it's not because it's new, I just find when you look at the midsole, there's a lot more going on here. The upper, it's a bit more eye-catching than the Invincible 3. I therefore will say it's 3-0. It's not looking good. 3 rounds in, and this one is starting to get bruises. All right. Number 4. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. The heel. Unfortunately, unless I do the runner's knot in here, I get heel slips in this shoe. I didn't get that in this one. Now, I'm going to be honest. I wish the Invincible 3 was fighting back because it's starting to look like I'm favoring this shoe. But I just want to present to you the fact that actually the padding in both these shoes, you can tell it's the thickness of the padding in here. And you know what? That could be a disadvantage in some cases because it will retain heat and not be as breathable. But in terms of the heel, I didn't get any heel slips here. They both offer you very good structure. It's very good lockdown, but you have to do your runner's knot in this one. And I didn't necessarily do that. You can even see in the lacing, my runner's knot is actually fully in. And in this shoe, I haven't actually put the laces through the last hole. I haven't needed to. The tongue. 5-0. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. Why am I saying 5-0? Well, this tongue is not gusseted, meaning it's not actually attached in the inside at all. Despite the previous version, the Invincible Run Flying in 2, having a gusseted tongue, probably because of the weight they were trying to manage that, they have a loose tongue. This is fully attached inside and I like it. I also like, both of them are kind of a knitted kind of tongue, whereas this has got a stretchy feel. More importantly, I like this ribbon that the Cloud Eclipse offers that you can actually hide and tuck your laces in. Aesthetically is cool, but it adds fixed position and structure to the tongue. It's not looking great. 5-0, but I promise you, the Invincible is gonna fight back. Is it, bro? What are we talking about next?
Lacing system.
The lacing system, bang, bang. It's 5-1. You know why? On Running, bro, if you're listening to me, in the next one, please help us out. Just simplify this bad boy. Just put holes. I promise you, bro. Listen to me. Put holes in this upper, right? Let the laces run through that and reinforce those holes. And that's it. I promise you, it's going to work wonders. Because that's what they've done in this one. Just holes, bro. They've got holes. They've reinforced that for longevity, durability, this upper is not going to come apart. The laces are both equal, very good laces, but in terms of lacing system, it brings it to 5 to 1. Now let's talk about cushioning. 5-2. Simply because Nike collaborated with Harry Potter and all his fellow witches and wizards in constructing the Zoom X in this bad boy. I want to assure you, almost to some people, almost to a fault, that this is so comfortable. The people that have complained have said it lacks a return of energy because of how comfortable it is. But to me personally, that's why you want to buy this shoe. So I'm not going to criticize it. That's what it's meant for. With that said, this to me is also very comfortable. This is the highest stack On Running have done, and I truly believe the marketing they sold us in terms of the monster, they actually intended for this bad boy here. With all of that said though, it's no Invincible 3. 5-2. Let's talk about the outsole. I told you, the Invincible is making a comeback. I'll show you. When I talk about the outsole, I talk about two things. Coverage of the midsole to protect it and the grip to the runner. Let's not even discuss the coverage. This is a clear winner. In terms of grip, the waffle, to me personally, I prefer it. The other thing I sort of almost take points off for, I like what this speedboard is doing. It offers stability. Where you don't have that speedboard in the shoe with this high stack, it will be all over the place, so it adds that. But in terms of the outsole, that, when you're running in it, if you run onto a rock, it won't be as absorbed as the rubber. With that said, 5-3. Number 9 is the upper. Now, we've already addressed aesthetics back in point number 3. Just as a reminder, we're at 5-3. And in terms of the upper, I'm only going to talk about the performance. I have to give it to the Invincible 3. Now, here is why. This shoe is almost like the bigger brother of the Cloud Surfer 7. And the Cloud Surfer 7, I had to go a whole size up because of these two things here. At the very bottom of the shoe, at the top of the toes here in the lacing system, because of how these pulled in my Cloud Surfer 7, it was very uncomfortable. I had to size up. And at that point, the Cloud Surfer 7 was still my favorite On Running shoe. This has taken over. This is still my favorite On Running shoe. If you've got a wide foot, this is going to interfere with the foot, and I don't know what it's going to be like for you. I haven't had it much of a problem in this one, but I feel like if they presented this in a lesser complications, less things happening, you wouldn't have that. So for me personally, the simplicity of this upper in terms of performance, I got to go with it. We're at 5-4. Number 10, which one should you buy? And if I go with the numbers, without opinions, without anything else, having presented all of my facts, I now rest my case, which one should you buy? If we go with the numbers, I would go with the Cloud Eclipse. However, if I go with what I truly think is the best shoe for a long, easy, even if you go zone 2 kind of run, where the pace doesn't matter, you're just out running. For me personally, despite this bad boy going ahead 5-4, I prefer the Nike Invincible 3. And I know I've just sort of almost contradicted myself, but as a shoe for an easy run, for me personally, this is my chosen shoe. Glamorous assistant. Oh, and this is a different video, by the way. I know he's still dressed in that hoodie thing that he was wearing in the last video, but I'm gonna tell them where to go if they wanna watch the review of the Invincible 3. Can you point? A bit more past my face. There. And then if you wanna watch the review of the Cloud Eclipse, lower. It's gonna be about here. That's it. Right.